All right, good morning, guys. We're gonna start the video outside. I want to show you the store that we have out here. As you can see, go ahead and pan over there. As you can see, this is a very busy road. Like I said, I mean, there's tons of traffic every day that pass through. We're kind of kicked back a little bit off the main drag. Our sign is in that corner over there, and then we have this sign. I leave it on every day, even after hours. I think the problem that we have right here for visibility is all these trees. All these trees here are blocking the view of my store. This tree right here blocks the sign. So in the winter, we get more visibility. We are next to a Lazy Boy over there. This is Longhorn, so they get a lot of traffic. That's a steakhouse. There's a Potbelly's right there. Joanne Fabrics just went out of business. So we're actually in a really good spot. We have Golden Corral right over there, a buffet. So when I say that, you know, I'm having a problem with traffic, just take a look at this part right here and just tell me if we're set up for success or not. So let's go ahead and walk in. As you can see, I have the closeouts, liquidation, overstock, and then our slogan is basically your savings destination. So we have a beautiful building, guys. Like I said, it's 31,000 square feet. So I have no idea why we're not getting the traction that we need. I'm going to go over some numbers. So far we're at 77,000 month to date versus 89,000 last month. 16,000 week to date versus 10,000 last week. And then we also had a really good day yesterday. So 5,500 was our sales day, that's where we need to be. So if I can get $5,500 a day, we wouldn't be having this problem. The problem that I'm having right now is versus yesterday versus the day before, why we threw like a $2,300 day versus a $5,500 day. It's all your high ticket items. So if I had my way, I would have my store at least probably 30% of high ticket items. High ticket items would mean items over, you know, a couple $100. Yesterday we sold 9 items over $100, and we sold 2 items over $800. So that's what happened to bring us up to 5,500. So let's take a look around. I'm going to talk about some things today about the inventory. So if you are running a retail store and you're wondering what's going on, this was an $800 sale yesterday. This guy's still here. This is a $2,000 OLED TV. We got 2 more TVs over there. We got this guy right here. So basically, whatever's going to bring us a nice weekend, because we got 3 more days left in the month, it's going to be these heavy hitters. It's going to be, you know, the platform beds. These got to move. It's got to be this guy right here. I did drop the price to $449. I didn't post it in my Facebook with that. These guys got marked down as well. Actually, not that one, but that one I marked it down. So these are the items that I'm saying, like, if we can sell these items consistently, we wouldn't be having a problem. The problem is customers walk in the store, and the only reason why this guy sold is because I put it $50 over 50% of retail. And I can tell you right now, the guy who bought this TV, this OLED TV, he's a reseller. So basically, he was sitting here for an hour researching it, and I'm pretty sure what he's going to do is he's going to put $200, $300 on top of it, and then he's going to bank $200 or $300 off that. And he didn't have to buy any of this inventory as a reseller. He went right for the gold, and he went right for his $200, $300 sale. So rugs, some of these could probably get us there. All these small appliances, these could get us there on a good day. So these are the items that we need to focus on. Having all these low ticket items is okay, but just remember, this is what you want your customers walking out with. So that's $55. This is $59.99. This guy right here is $89.09. You take 2 of those, put those together in one sale, you got yourself a sales number that you can work with. The clothes themselves are basically the $5 each, or higher depending on what it is. We have the buy 4 get 1 free. This is a filler. These are your filler items. You do not want to lead your store sales with filler items. You want the heavy hitters. You want the high ticket items to get you to where you got to go. So let's go over here. Sorry, we're trying something new with the camera today. So yes, we got our jackets, we got luggage. The variety is there, guys. What I don't understand is all this stuff right here is still sitting here. I marked it down. We need the showcase. I had these on Facebook Marketplace. We had 3 sets. We sold 1 set. So now these sets need to go. These guys right here have not gotten any attention from Facebook Marketplace recently. This is what the problem is. $269.99 for this grill right here. Basically, this needs to be up front. This needs to be one item on Facebook, drawing people in. They'll ask you, they'll see the griddle, and then they'll say, do you have any grills? Or do you have any smokers? That's your gateway into the conversation with the customer. You got to bring something out there, a heavy hitter. I call them that, or a showstopper. Showstoppers is what brings the customers in. And then they buy all this stuff here. So if you look at our numbers, basically you just got to keep the little items plentiful, but you got to have the heavy hitters. So we're going to come around here and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Yesterday, or the last video that I had, there was a big stack of boxes here, which is a patio set. This sold. That was a $1,350 sale. That is what we needed. The problem is we only had 1. If we had 4 of them lined up right here, the next person that came and asked and said if we had any more after they actually came like 5 minutes after we sold it. If we had like 3 more, we would have had another sale. So where's my problem? That's my problem. I don't have all those heavy hitters. And basically what's happening is we're just one item, and then basically it's gone, your sales day. So what we need to do is we need to keep all of our inventory up in front of the customer. That's a heavy hitter. That's what's going to get us to our numbers. So back here, what does that look like? Well, I have 300 Christmas trees. All these trees are going to be costed out, and then we're basically going to put a flat pricing on all of our Christmas trees. So we haven't figured out the numbers yet, but 6.5 feet tall, 7.5 feet tall, 9 foot tall, all those trees are going to be one price. I'm not playing around with this holiday season. I'm going to win everybody the purchases. All this stuff right here, this stuff before we start liquidating needs to get out of here, because these are the items that we paid premium price for. So when you're figuring out your margins, you want to make sure that when you're paying, 30% for something, you want to make sure that you're not lowballing yourself and you're getting your margin that you want to get. So basically what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to move all this whole aisle here within the next couple weeks before the holiday season starts, and then we can focus on the heaters. We're going to lay all this stuff out. I have 8 pallets of heaters back there in watermelons. I have all these heaters here. This whole aisle is going to be heaters, and it's going to be at prices that our customers aren't going to be refusing. Now, when you're talking about your dead stock, this is all dead stock. This is the stuff that is a problem. You have undermount sinks, you have stuff that people do not want. This stuff, as it comes in, you need to get it out of your store, because that pallet right there, first of all, it's making this whole store look like junk. That pallet right there needs to go. So we need to figure out a way to get that either to another reseller, maybe get it to somebody that fabricates sinks or countertops with the sinks, or even just make sure that we have a special post just for that, because there are people that are having countertops made for their bathrooms that match, and then those undermount sinks are perfect for that. Now, know your market, guys. That is electric dryer. That is electric oven. These are not things that our customers in our market buy. So what happened is I had to take the bad with the good. So all the gas stuff sold. Now we got this guy right here. This has been sitting in my inventory probably for over 4 years. So since we started. So that's a big time. Watch out for that. These guys right here, when you take those loads, sometimes you have to take a lot of inventory. That's what this is. I have another stack in the back. There's like 20 of them. So basically now, when I get somebody that has like a 20 unit building, this is the thing that I want to market to him. I want to say, hey, get the Fasanis. They're a good brand. And what's going to happen is you're going to buy all that, and I'm going to give you a good deal on it. And then you're going to basically get an upgraded one. So instead of, getting a basic guy, which is like this guy, a Braun, this is $57, 64 retail or whatever. I'm going to give him these for the same price. I actually did talk to somebody that just bought 18 units, and he's very interested in that. So that's who you want to watch out for. You want to watch out for your customers that have buildings that do flips, that do rehabs, and then you want to keep those people in your back pocket because those are the ones. Every month that we've had a good month, a really good month, there was always a sale attached to somebody that's doing a building. I have one customer, I call him my whale. When he comes in the door, I know that that guy, if I have the inventory, he's going to spend at least $3, $4, $5,000. But the problem is, I haven't had the inventory. He was actually in here a couple days ago, and he needed 5 kitchens, and guess what? I didn't have it. So now he was kind of disappointed because every time he came in, he always left with something. So now, since that guy left, that could have been my saving grace this month. But since I didn't have the inventory, basically I lost out on that sale. So that's something to think about, guys. Know your market. A lot of people that used to shop with me don't shop with me anymore because I don't have that inventory in stock, and that's got to change. We got to basically either change that, or we need to focus on figuring out, the inventory itself is probably not going to come because now we did have another fallback yesterday with an employee. The warehouse guy that I hired is no longer with us. So now we are basically at a situation now where everything you see here, we have to get it to be where it needs to be sold, on the sales floor to be sold. And then we need to start packing up stuff that needs to be packed up. So we have it until now, until the end of the year, to figure that out. So let's just come over here. We still got that Napoleon grill. This is brand new in the box, this lawnmower set, and then there's an accessory set right there. These all got dropped down in price, but there was nothing attached to it going into Facebook. So that's basically telling our customers, that saw the video, but it's not telling our customers that are searching for us daily. So that's one of our problems that we're having is when we mark stuff down, sometimes we don't get it out there. So yeah. All right. Not too much more to talk about. I think that the biggest thing here is to see when you're getting all these dollar sales right here. When the customers are right here, they got to be searching the store. They can't just come here for the dollar items and then not go over there, grab some clothes, grab some of the arts and crafts stuff. You gotta have it laid out where the customers can kind of just walk the whole store, and you can see that I got my aisle set up like that. Where you go down one aisle, you come back the other. That's what you want customers doing. So basically, when they come in, they see the dollar items, they get all pumped up, they fill their cart, and then what they do is they kind of veer off to different areas based on what they see. So we got to focus on when we see people right here, tell them about the $50 sale, or the $50, you spend 50 and get 10% off, and then that will basically get them to fill their cart, and then to maybe get some cereal, maybe get a costume, make sure that they know about the toilet paper, and then let them know about the sale on the clothes. And that's what you need to do. You need to engage with your customers. Yesterday I didn't really engage with most of them. What I did was I just had everything priced right. Now, if I would have been on the sales floor and I would have been talking to customers, it probably would have been a different story. We probably could have squeezed another $1,000 or two out of it. So yeah, that's kind of like my rant today. I'm not going to really talk about the inventory, sourcing right now. I think that's going to be a good one for the next video because I do have something to talk about. I also think that everybody should be aware of, we're getting into the holiday season. You don't know what your customers are looking for. So, asking them what, when they come in, is there anything that you're looking for? Stuff like that, engaging, that can help you kind of think forward. Maybe there's a next load out there that you're going to get. Talking to your customers, letting them know, that, every week that you get new inventory, stuff like that. And that's really what we do. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think we can wrap up this video. I'm hoping that we can hear some feedback. And if you guys want to like my video and subscribe, I would appreciate that. So thanks for watching, guys.